Alright, so I actually wasn't planning to do a Thanos video. I wasn't planning on talking about this Violent Simp for a little bit, but dropped a video yesterday. I had some personal stuff going on that was really tough last few days, so I hadn't posted. Came back with the Bleach Bowl, thinking it was going to be a blast. That video flopped hard. F in the live premiere chat for the boy jobbers and goons. It was like one of my worst debuts of a video in a while. So that was tough. But yeah, I was like, you know what? Let's patch the sinking momentum right now. Let's bring in one of the big guns. Let's talk about Thanos. This video, of course, real quick, if you want to see your favorite character on the video, you can either comment them down below, or you can straight up purchase, which is the fastest way to do so is to just add me on Discord, and we can talk about prices for video slots for any of my series on my channel. But getting back to this video is going to be several moments throughout Thanos history. And if you want Thanos to return, if you want to see more of the most violent simp in the multiverse, run this up to, let's try to hit 600 likes. 600 likes and I will slate Thanos to return. But without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy this, and let's begin. First moment to talk about is when the boy Thanos applied some serious pressure to Surfer even when he wasn't around. You see, Thanos doesn't respect Surfer. Surfer's a Boy Scout. He's always trying to annoy him, trying to thwart his plans when shit really has nothing to do with Surfer. Bitch, go fetch a planet for your master. Like, leave him alone. That's the kind of the vibe Thanos has. And he actually has contingencies. Just in case, like, God forbid, that jobber Surfer gets the drop on him. Not only that, this boy Thanos made a video with the message like, yo, this means I lost to bitch-ass Surfer. I can't go out like that. I got something in place for that ass. And it was so petty, but you gotta understand he did that shit because who wants to have an L to a jobber like Surfer? Now, a big mistake I think people make when it comes to talking about Thanos as a character is they think he constantly, like, needs power or needs help, outside help, to be strong. Wrong. In fact, if Thanos can't beat your ass himself, he can make some shit up. Perfect example, and, well, actually, he could just beat this character up if he wanted to, but this is what makes it even more of a goon, because he could do this shit barehanded. He's just choosing to troll. He made a weapon capable of one-shotting classic Thor. And like the backlash from the shot was enough to fold Iron Man. So yeah, like he's just casually rolling around and blasting away at characters like Thor with guns that he just made up in like his garage. Like his tech ability is top tier goon stuff. Next moment was a thug life moment for sure for the god of simps. Now, one thing you need to understand about Thanos is that when he was on his come up, he wasn't necessarily seen early on as like technically in power Galactus level or Skyfather level, but he was around there. He was a threat and he was making plays to surpass that. But anyways, keeping this in mind, there was at one point where he got into it with Odin. Odin tries to put him down with gun gear and was like, yo, like real shit, yield before I fuck you up. Thanos stands right back up and was like, no, bitch. And just, he was like, I don't care, bro. We can keep this shit going all day. And it was like, damn. Look at big Thanos, the goat of simps, making plays to get his respect among the Skyfathers. But yeah, the fact he stood up was definitely a goon moment at that point. This next moment to talk about is a squabble that's actually pretty funny to read. Because Thanos is a troll. Like, he was fighting everybody, beefing with everybody. If you look at a list of all the characters Thanos has beefed with over the decades, it's random as shit. A lot of them are strong, sure. A lot of them are cosmic in nature. But the truth is, anyone can get it when it comes to Thanos. He doesn't give a shit. And he was fighting Champion. And at this point, keep in mind, Champion's dude showed up through a tournament on Earth, fought characters like Hulk, Thor, Thing, stuff like that. He has the power gem now. Starts swinging on Thanos. Thanos grabs him by his weave and just slams him on his neck. That shit was horrible. Like, it just starts beating his ass. He was like, yo, you don't scare me, bitch. Like, I don't give a damn about this amp. The fact he was putting in work on an amped champion is crazy, but he did that shit. And he did that shit pretty easily, too. Now, this moment is when Thanos got into it with Thor and had a major flex. So, Thor at this point was pissed off, right? Like, he's going into Warrior's Madness, which is an amp. He's got the power gem once more. And he's swinging on Thanos. And he's hitting him. Like, he's rocking him, sending him back. Thanos gets up and just smiles at Thor. And was like, what's up, bitch? Like, I can do this, like, however long you want. Like, you're not really doing shit. And just seeing an amped Thor like that make him do nothing but make him smile, basically, was ridiculous. And it was a hell of a goon moment for Thanos. This next moment is another L given out to that bum Silver Surfer. That's right. By the way, if you haven't seen my Silver Surfer jobber video, I do encourage you to go check that out. I'll try to link it in this video at some point with a card. But it is in the Jobber Series playlist on my channel. But anyways, getting back to this. He runs into Surfer and he's like, you know what? Sick of this shit. Starts beating the shit out of Surfer. I'm talking about dragging him with just a few punches. Like, you see a smile on Thanos' face as he's beating his ass. It was horrible. He had him on life alert. Like, that shit was one of the worst beatings you'll see. And just the way he did Surfer in this moment, and the fact that he was just folding him with a straight up beating, was comedy. Next was one of his thug life moments from the Cancerverse. So, Thanos gets stuck in the Cancerverse, and what makes this place unique, especially in this story, is the fact that beings there supposedly are absent of death. Like, they don't die, can't die, whatever the case, death is foreign to them, right? Turns out, being the simp for death has its perks. As the avatar of death, Thanos was still able to pull up on them and was like, yo, bitch, my head might hurt here. Might not be at full power, but it appears I can still deliver permanent death, you bum. And he was actually able to catch bodies in the Cancerverse, which is quite impressive. Next, of course, I had to mention it. I mentioned it quite a few times throughout my video history. It's King Thanos, or, you know, talking about the Thanos going towards the end of Thanos Wins. Runs into Cosmic Ghost Rider and prepped Galactus, right? If you don't know, Galactus is easily Skyfather tier. And this particular Galactus was prepped. I'm talking about was running around preparing for a battle for Thanos, as well as he had Cosmic Ghost Rider there as his herald to help him out. They pull up on Thanos. Thanos has zero problems vibe checking Cosmic Ghost Rider. And then he proceeds to blow off the head of Galactus. If you're watching the live premiere, F in the chat for that boy Galactus. He got done dirty. But yeah, him vibe checking them like this was straight comedy and had to make the list. Now, next moment was when we literally knew Thanos was going to be a goon. So this was his birth. When he was born, obviously, you know, he's a deviant. Just look at his baby picture. Dog looks evil as shit. His mom sees the baby. Like, all the nurses and stuff are like, oh, look, here's your child. Her husband's there. She's like, yo, get me something to kill this evil-ass baby. And they're like, what are you talking about? And she's like, yo, bitch, look at his eyes. That's Death's eyes. Like, this is a horrible creature. We need to get rid of this ASAP. I don't give a damn if it's my baby. And she tried to perform a same-day abortion. That shit was crazy. But yeah, off rip, Thanos was destined, according to his mom, to be a problem. Next, we have the horrible L he hands to Ronan. What's more, he also made the moment sus. So, he was beating up Ronan, right? Takes his universal weapon. He's like, come here, bitch. Breaks it and was like, yo, as he's beating him up, he's like, yo, real shit, Ronan. Beating up a bum like you, beating up someone whose reputation needs to be checked because you think you're like one of the big dogs when you're not, doing something like that at this point is as good as an orgasm. I was like, pause. But Thanos apparently beating up his ops is sex to him. So yeah, don't fight Thanos. He might bust a nut fighting you. That shit would be mad weird. I advise against it. But yeah, he was he was definitely fucking with Ronan's head here, telling him all this weird shit in that moment. But yeah, he actually said that. Peep the scans. Next, we have another moment with that L Magnet, the L Surfer, Silver Jobber. Now, he pulls up on Thanos. He hates Thanos because Thanos is a hooligan. And he starts blasting away at him, right? Like, he's hitting him with his power cosmic, hitting him with energy blast, all this shit. After he's done, Thanos just looks at him and he's like, yo, bro, are you done? And so was like, what? And Thanos just like, he was absolutely fine. Just clowns him for even trying to hurt him. And yeah, I can't... He needs to stop trying to get this one-on-one. Like, he really needs to stop trying to press Thanos. That shit does not go well for that boy Silver Surfer. Next, this was a wild-ass moment that you don't really see get talked about a lot in commentary on YouTube, but this is when Thanos survived the Heart of the Universe. Now, the Heart of the Universe obviously makes you one of the strongest beings in existence. It's like up there beyond powers like typically the Infinity Gems and shit like that, right? It's an extreme power source. Thanos survived this power source and mastered it, overpowered it, because he wanted to. Literally sign him up for Green Lantern shit right now. The galaxy would be a lot safer with Thanos, because apparently his willpower is ridiculous. This was an insane feat of will. And yeah, he did that shit to the Heart of the Universe. He just wanted it more and made the play because he wanted it more, which is just different. This moment up next is a time which Thanos gets controversial with the religion, you see. Pulls up on some aliens, right? They get the firing at him. He's not going for that shit. He starts walking through them, right? And his aura alone starts bodying all of them. In fact, it kills everyone except the ones that he was fine with living. When he approaches the remaining survivors, he's like, look, yo, not even gonna front with y'all. I'm Space Jesus, and I'm making a play. I can make y'all gods. You should just run with me, worship me, all that. You know the vibes. And they're like, what? You're the Messiah? And he's like, yeah, you already know. And he was really coming at them like he was Space Jesus, and it was comedy. This next moment was golden for Thanos because he proved he's a savage in the 1v1 when it comes to claiming his turf. Now, he got pulled up on by someone called Hunger, right? Hunger literally consumes realities, universes, dimensions, all that shit. Pulls up on Thanos. Thanos, of course, he's not typically the good guy. He's typically going around ruining people's day. But it's still his turf. So he's like, look, bitch, you're not going to consume me. You're definitely not going to consume my universe because I live here. This is Thanos. And he just folds them. Like, you keep in mind, this thing goes around consuming realities. And Thanos was like, no, bitch, you can't have me. And folds him instantly for thinking he could run up and take his shit, which was God tier. Now, of course, like I said, if you want to see part 2, hit the like button. We're getting into our last moment. So I definitely would appreciate if y'all hit the likes. But this moment was when Thanos literally calqued an outerversal concept. So this power source is beyond mathematics. Yet my boy Thanos calqued something beyond mathematics. That shit makes no sense. He did it within a year. He was like, I did calculations to figure out the energy source, how it works, where it comes from, all this shit. I'm like, bro, how do you calc something that's beyond calcing? But, of course, a goon like Thanos, in order to get the W, is going to figure out how to do that shit, which, of course, he did, and it was a hilarious moment. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, go check out my second channel, The Coffee Shop, where I have a Kit Fisto video, which should be up by now, so definitely give that a look. But anyways, it's been your boy Jobbers and Goons, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.